Hey Glam Squad, welcome back to Beginner's Guide to Makeup, the series that helps busy women with their makeup struggles in just a few easy steps. Today we are talking about the fox eye trend, which was requested by one of my lovely subscribers, Nadine. The fox eye is a trend inspired by famous women like Megan Fox. You basically create a thick, smouldering cat liner that lifts and elongates the eyes. So if this is something you're interested in, then just keep on watching. For this lesson, you're going to need a primer. You can use a concealer and powder if you wish. You'll need 3 different eyeshadows, a soft brown, a medium brown, I like to choose one with reddish tones, and also a black. You'll need 4 different brushes, so a larger blending brush, a smaller blending brush, a pencil brush, and also an angled brush for your liner. I'd recommend using shadow shields, as this is going to give you so much more control when creating your wing. You're also going to need some liner. I'd recommend using gel as it's easier to smoke out and it won't crumble away. You're going to need a eyeliner pencil. I chose brown as it's a little bit softer. And lastly, lashes. I'd recommend choosing ones that flick out in the outer corner, as these are going to lift your eyes. So before we start, you want to make sure you prime your lids. No matter what way you do this, you know, it's so important because it's going to keep your wing in place for the entire day and stop it from smudging and creasing. Next, you want to mark out the angle of your wing. I recommend using your lower lash line as a guide and just follow this right up to the end of the brow. Take your shadow shields, which I'd highly recommend. They're so cheap. You can buy like a packet of 100 on Amazon, super cheap, and stick this on the area that you've marked out. Next, take your large blending brush, holding it at the end of the handle, and use your light brown eyeshadow. You want to blend it up and down to create your wing, and then also right across the lid of the eye, keeping quite close to the lashes. So you're kind of just imagining like a really thick wing. You're just really marking that out. So just keep blending, blending, blending. This is just your base color and it should be nice and soft. Take your darker brown eyeshadow and the smaller blending brush, this time holding it closer to the top of the handle, and blend it back and forth following the same steps, except this time you want to keep it closer to the lash line, so it's going to be like lightest to darkest. Then you take your larger blending brush and just softly blend over it so there's no harsh lines. Then you want to take your pencil brush and your black eyeshadow, again holding it closer to the top of the brush for more control and pigment. This time you want to keep it as close to the lash line as possible and just imagine like you're creating a wing, a thick wing, but still not as thick as the other eyeshadows that you previously used. Once you're happy with the intensity of the black, you then want to go in with your smaller blending brush and just start to softly buff it out. Take your angle brush and your gel liner and just very gently stamp out the liner against the lashes. You want this to be like really thin, but it's just going to tie the whole look together. Then you can go in and just extend your liner in the inner corner, so just bring it out slightly more and then connect it to the lower lash line. I then just went over the gel liner with the blending brush just to kind of smoke it out so it looks a little bit softer. Then applying that brown pencil liner on the waterline. I just opted for brown as it looks a little bit softer. Then taking the pencil brush and the darker brown, I'm just smoking this out in the lower lash line just to tie everything together. Then you can finish off with lashes or just mascara if you'd like. Remember, you can make this look as soft or as dramatic as you'd like. If you don't feel comfortable using a black, you can just opt for a darker brown or a grey. I really hope you enjoyed this week's makeup lesson. Pop back on Tuesday for another beginner's lesson, and feel free to check out the Beginner's Guide to Makeup playlist. Give this video a thumbs up if you found it useful, and don't forget to subscribe before you leave. My question to you is, will you be rocking the fox eye trend this summer? Let me know in the comments, and I hope I get to see you in my next video. Bye!